Hello there. Hello. Hiya. So, I finally got to do a Grinch set, and it's kind of the thing at the moment, isn't it? I mean, it's not like an all-out there colour block set, but it is. I've been wanting to do them for ages, so I'm kind of quite happy about this. So for this set, I am using Valentino Beauty Pure Chillin', and I think it's number 113. I will double check that, and if it's any different, I will put it in the description box. And as you can see, it's like this lime green, and it's totally fluorescent. There's a part later on where you can see it under the UV lamp, and it's smashing. So I'm painting this onto the index finger and the little finger, and I use the word painting because I've had a little while of trialing this system where I'm sort of trying to figure out how to work it, and I find it is better to work with it like medium wet, so not wet but medium wet, if that makes sense. There's a bit of shape to it, it's not running all over the nail, but it's better to drag it down and paint it. So I'm just going to put that on both hands, but I'm showing you one again, onto the index finger. And I'm loving the set. I mean, I'm loving the colours, I'm loving the theme, I'm loving the fact that it's not a typical Christmassy thing, but it's also a typical Christmassy thing, because everyone's on about it, especially because it's like the Grinch has come out again this year as well. I'm just obsessed. Right, so then I'm coming in with Trilogy White, and it's going on the ring finger and it's going on the middle finger. For the ring finger, I am putting some glitter, like diamond-shaped glitters, into that traditional Christmas-like star. Is it a star shape? That Christmas, that starry thing for Christmas. I don't know what they're called, and I should. I'm sorry. And I thought I'll put a really nice even coverage of white on, because you're going to see the nail. It's going to be on show, and you need it to look really crisp and white, blah, blah, blah. Except I needed to thin it out a bit because the nail ended up being quite bulky. So heed this warning. Try and keep it as thin as possible, and do what I did on the middle finger, which is do it really thin and then file it thinner before you do the design on the top. Which I did that on the middle finger because it's having a decal. Yeah, so now I'm coming in with Trilogy Elf, and this is like a glitter. It's pre-mixed. It's not like a glitter, it is a glitter. It's a pre-mixed glitter consisting of small and big flakes in all different shades of green. And I'm working quite thin with it, and I'm dragging these like hexagons, big glitter hexagons, down the nail to keep it as flat as possible, because I don't want to get it too bulky. And then I'm going to cap it in clear. But I need to explain that you cannot see how stunning this glitter is on camera. It's just not picking it up properly. The shine is magnificent. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it is on to my epic failure. I've done those hexagons before, and I use a size 4 brush. I paint on thin layers of acrylic over the top of each piece of glitter that I affix, so it doesn't come off, so that it's sealed in, because I want to be able to move the other pieces of glitter without the one that I've just put down coming off. So that's how I normally do it, and that's how I would do it, and this is how I should have done this. But silly me, I thought it'd be alright to use my crystal applicator, and I mean, it works quite well, look, right? But then this, because I didn't seal it in, so it all came off. So it was like I'd never done it before. So bear with me on it. I use a mixture of applying techniques. Sometimes I use the crystal katana thing. Sometimes I use my big boy brush from CJP, but not one time did I pick up my size 4. And it was only after I'd finished doing them that I realised that that was the easiest way to do it. And I forgot. I just forgot all of the things that I know about it. That for me, I mean, it might work differently for you. You might do a different way. But for me, I find it easier to seal it in because I'm such a klutz. I'm a bullet in a china shop in a padded room. Like I could just... The amount of stuff that I lose because I've knocked it into the bin and I ain't even noticed. The amount of times I've lost my resin for my crystals because I've knocked it into the bin. And do you know what I threw away the other day? Trilogy cover pink. I was mortified. And do you know why I know it was in the bin? Because he asked my partner and he said, oh, it's in the bin. Yeah, I did that. I did that. So now I'm using my brush and I've kind of remembered the technique, but I still didn't think to use my size 4. So this technique is quite good, except the brush stopped picking it up. And I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because of the size of the brush not being wet enough or dry enough or whatever, but my size 4 never stops picking the little bits of glitter up, so I don't know. And here I'm just sort of trying to get it flat, and oh man, I love doing stuff like this because it looks so effective, but when you're doing it, it's just so annoying. Anyway, once I've got them on, I'm going to cap it all because hell's to bells if these come off. If these came off, that would be it. I'll be out the door. That's it. They can finish their own nails because I'm not having it. I'm not having it anymore. So I'm just going to cap now over that so that I can carry on with the rest of the nails, safe in the knowledge that that glitter is not going anywhere. Also, these hands are both the same, so I repeat each step across both hands one at a time. So like I did the green and then I did the green on the other hand. I've done this glitter and I move on to the next hand and do the glitter. And then I come and I do the decals, which is the next step. For that decal, I am going to... Oh, just let me explain actually. Here, I'm just making sure that I've got that structure in, and I don't know why, because when I'm watching it back I could have done it so differently, but I did it quite thick. Then I filed it down at the end. So I've put my base coat on my nail and I use nail coming, I've cured it for 30 seconds. And I'm just coming in, and that sticky layer is going to help me stick that decal onto the nail. So I'm lining it up with the edge of the nail. There he is, the Grinch. I love him. Love him. It's just the thing, isn't it? It's that trend at the moment. I'm just smoothing him onto one side, and then I'm going to wrap him around the nail. I don't normally start on one side because I put like the whole thing on the nail, but because this is like one of the mini range from Queen of Decals, I'm just filing the edges off. It's got a flat side to it, and you know what, normally I find a few lumps and bumps, but this one didn't have that many. And then when that's on and I'm happy with it, I'm going to put that base coat over the top again. And then put that back into the lamp and cure it for 30 seconds, and then it's going to be ready for capping. That's what I'm doing now. I'm capping. And I think as you can see, it's kind of dark in my nail room at the moment. And my sad lamp, which is usually on to help for light purposes, was off, and I was just a bit steady. So some of these nails actually ended up being a bit thicker than they could have been, and it filed quite a lot of it off, just because I would have rather got the structure and filed it down than tried to file the structure out of a misshapen nail. I don't know if anybody else, it seemed to go a bit wrong today, so there's lots of little beads here and there just to make it perfect, because that is key, because you can have a short nail but it have the apex in the wrong place and it's going to feel like a wobbly tooth. So important that. when this has set, because I'm going to move on to the next hand and cap it while you're not able to see, I'm then going to file it all to shape, and then it's going to be top coat time, and then it's going to be icicle time. And this is top coating. Oh, and I'm using my new top coat, and it is by Trilogy, and it is non-tack top coat, ultimate gloss non-tack top coat, and I love it. It is quite good, it goes on quite thin, but it sets so shiny. Yeah, so here you are, stunning. And I'm about to show you the other hand's green elf nail after this has cured. It's a bit longer than the nail commy ones, but before I show you that, look how fluorescent that green is. Oh, so fluorescent. And then, oh, look, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. This is spectacular. Check out this nail when I finally get around to it. Look at it. Oh, I'm going to get the other one on for comparison because it's got a bit more of the bigger chunks on it as well. So this, I have not used this glitter yet until I did this set, and me and my client were both like, what? Look at the other one that's got more of the fatter chunks on. Yeah, no, we really liked it. So now I'm doing my icicles. You've seen me do these before. The index finger's gonna have no glitter, and the little fingers are gonna be sugared. So as always, I'm starting with like that cuff around the cuticle. I'm using Crystal Nails Royal Gel and R6 and my INS Nails brush called Demeter. New brush that I have got. Yeah, so I'm sort of cuffing around that cuticle, and then I do my little wiggles down the side just to make it look like a funny icicle, like wiggle. And I've done that side, I do a bit longer, so I go wiggle. Then I do the middle one to the same length as the side ones to make it look like OCD, okay? So it's all symmetrical because I like symmetry. Yeah, so that's that. And then I got my little ones on the side. And then when they're on, then I'm going to spend some time just thickening up the tops and the lines. And with this one in particular, I want to make sure that I've got a nice even coverage of that gel. And I'm going to cure it in the lamp, and I'll move on to the other side, but we can't see that. And then for this one, I'm less bothered about it being even coverage because I'm going to sugar over it. It's more just making sure that the shape is crisp. That's why you can see a little bit of the green through it. Just because I knew you weren't going to see through it once that glitter was on. So I'm just doing exactly the same on this hand. But then before I cure it, I'm going to pour glitter over this nail, and this is a fine glitter from A&A Glitters, and it's called ultra fine hollow green, I think it is, ultra fine holographic green. You'll see anyway. I've done some swatches for them as well, so I'm just pouring it on. Here we go, pour, enough to cover it all, and you can't see what I've done, but there, it's covered it. Then I'm tapping it off, and then straight into the lamp just to cure it, and then when it's finished, dust it off. And these are the finished nails for you to have a look at. You see that sugar in there? Beautiful. So there you go, that's the finished set. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. I hope you want to recreate it. And please don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see the more Christmas nails that I'm doing. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.